been a minute since I've been out here and I showed you guys what's going on. So let's take a really quick tour and see what's going on in Laurencia's garden. So I got all my tomatoes planted, and my husband made me these racks, or rather stands. And what it's going to do is that it allows me to tie the base of the tomato up, and in that way the tomatoes stay straight. So these tomatoes are doing really good. We've had a lot of rain, and they're doing good. And I can't pronounce this flower, Anasastrium. I'm gonna have to look it up and check out for sure. But that's doing good, and I put some basil up in there because tomatoes like basil. And then this was just a bed of different flower buds, and they're dying off. I'll clean that up pretty soon. And I'm proud of this because this is one of the pepper plants that we overwintered. Pulled it out the bed and put it in a pot and let it stay in the garage for the winter time, and it's coming back. Then we got a little zucchini. That's another pepper plant that we overwintered. And if you can see, this one got flowers coming on it, so we're gonna have some peppers. Another little zucchini. So one thing I did this year, I planted the zucchini in little round beds versus one of the bigger beds. So I put one zucchini per bed, so it'll have room to spread. And then this is my onion. I cut the tops off, and I actually made onion powder with the tops. So that's why they look so scraggly right now. But it's gonna be time to pull these up soon. But I cut them, like I said, and I see that they're still making like new leaves. So it might be a while. But my cucumbers are growing like crazy. And one thing I'm really proud of is my corn. Y'all look at this. Look at this. And with this bed, we actually planted, what did my husband stick in there? Somewhere in there, right there, is some kind of squash that he planted in there. And I'm gonna throw some beans in this bed too, because I'm gonna try the Three Sisters, and that's where you plant the corn, the squash, and beans. So in this bed over here, which is all corn, I got some acorn squash going in here. I got some not zucchini, acorn squash and spaghetti squash. And so this is my garlic, one of the garlic beds. And it looks like it's almost ready to harvest. It's dying back, considering how much rain we got. And it's starting to turn around, so I'll be pulling that. But look at that right there. Look at that. And so this is my other bed of garlic. And then over here we got watermelons planted, just in those buckets. And I got me a little tree over here. And Lord, please don't ask me what the tree is, because I really forgot what the name of the tree is. Elderberry. So it's not a tree, it's an elderberry bush. So I go around. So see, even there's another little spaghetti. squash just getting ready to take off. And I gotta walk around all of these crops that we got. Because this squash just took off. So you see that? And then I got me some beans planted along with some more cucumbers. And the cucumbers just covered up all my little dill. Because, you know, dill and cucumbers go together. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to come out and string that up the real way. See this? It's got one right there, one right there. I got another baby growing right there. And then in here, I got my acorn squash growing. So I'm really proud of that. So you see I got a bug on here, but I got some true gold corn growing in this one. And this one over here is golden platinum corn. And then I got more tomatoes over here. These are yellow perfection. That's what they were called. I've had the seeds for a couple of years now. And I didn't think they were going to germinate, so I planted them all. And then once they germinated, I was like, well, you know, just go ahead on and keep all the tomatoes. So you see I got this bed of tomatoes over here. And this onion right here, I just threw scraps in this bed one year, well, a couple of months ago. And just to see if it would actually grow, just to see if it would decompose, you know, natural fertilizer, see if it'll break down. And instead of breaking down, it messed around and grew. So we're gonna see what happened. So these are my tomatoes. And within all these bushes, I planted them too close. But I'm okay with that. Because I just hate to throw them away when they were babies, because I was like, oh, they're growing so good. I'm gonna plant them all. And in planting them all, now I got this jungle. But in the midst of this jungle, I got tomatoes growing. So there's an asathrium again. I can't say that name. There goes some tomatoes I got growing on this one. I got celery growing under there. I got my marigolds. See all that celery? Got tomatoes right there. Got tomatoes right there. More celery. Oh, let me turn. Got tomatoes right there. And all of these are beefsteak tomatoes. So these are big slicers. I think this was the first one to grow. And we just waiting on it. It's gonna turn red. But up in here, in this bed, this is my carrots. So carrots and tomatoes grow together good too. So I got carrots in this bed. You can see some more tomatoes over here. Got tomatoes up under there. And people talk about massive, excessive pruning of the tomato plants. And I did it because, like they said, you need to have the airflow. And because we come out daily, we can check and see if anything is changing, if any bugs are on there or whatever. So I pruned all of these probably about a week ago, week and a half ago. So I'll come out and I'll do a little bit more pruning, um, just to clear up some of these leaves. But looking at my tower, your girl got strawberries growing. You see this? That's a strawberry. And put the net over it because my husband wanted to eat a strawberry. He had been eyeballing one, and apparently the bird's been eyeballing the same one he was eyeballing. So they got to eat it before he did. And that's my little grape plant. And this is just a little wildflower that's growing. I don't know what it is, but I didn't pull it up because I was like, oh, that is so pretty. So we just left the little weed there to grow. But yep, here goes some more tomatoes. And I got tomatoes over there. This whole side is up in the front is all tomatoes. Then over on that side, I'm not gonna walk over there. All of those are my pepper plants, and I got some potato plants back there in the back corner over there. My peach tree. This is we planted it last year. So for it still to be here is a good thing. And it actually has little peaches on it. So we'll see how that turns out. And then I forgot what we planted in this bucket, but we planted something. We just been some planting folks. That's all I'm gonna say. This is another pepper that I overwintered, and it's coming back. And got some lemongrass, and here's another pepper that I overwintered. So that's a good thing. But let's get off of this side, and let's go to the other side. So, whoops. I feel like it's trying to start raining again. Yeah, it is. I hear it. We've had a lot of rain down here, which is good because you can't complain about the rain, right? That's just free water. The more it rains, the less we have to water. That's the way my husband looks at it. The more it rains, less water. So I ain't gonna go all the way in there. But along this side right here, I just planted various flowers that'll come up. And then in these two beds right here, they're 8-foot beds, and I have 4 rows of peas going in those. So those are going to be, what are they? Kentucky, oh crap, Kentucky, some kind of pole being grown in those. And then in this bed and in that bed, I'm going to put sweet potatoes. So we'll have sweet potatoes in both of those beds. And then in these black bags right here, we have more tomatoes that are growing. So we're doing a daggone thing. That's all I can say. We're doing a daggone thing. And then like right here, in this bed, these are, in this pot, I should say, these are bush beans. So they should actually be in a tower like that. But I put too much dirt in them. So they ended up in that. And then that's my little blueberry bush. I'm happy that that's growing. So keep on walking. So see, more beans. That's some Swiss chard right there. That's a cucumber plant over there. And more bush beans in my tower. Somebody said bush. I was watching someone on YouTube. And before I say their name, I really need to make sure. But I think it was Epic Gardening. And he talked about, he did an experiment one time when he did bush beans in the tower. So I just wanted to try it and see. So I got like garbanzo beans, garbanzo beans down at the bottom. Some kind of other bush bean. I have, matter of fact, let me go walk around here, see, because I got all these nice wooden paint sticks, paint stir sticks that I put in there. So, let's see. Now it doesn't want to turn because that's just the way life happens. So, on the second tier, I have Roma bush beans. On the first tier, I have royalty purple pod beans. On the third tier, I have black turtle, which is just a black bean. I grew those last year, and they came up pretty good. Then on the fourth tier, I have big kahuna, and on the fifth tier, like I said, I have garbanzo beans growing. Never did that before, so we'll see what happens. But this is just a tour. Every time I think we got it cleaned up and we got it figured out, we do something else. So like these are the other two that are filled with beans. The third one right there, I thought I had put beans in it, but I didn't. So I'm going to have to plant something in it because there's no need in having all that good dirt go to waste when we got all this good free water. And so right here, those two plants right there, those are actually lemongrass, and I'm going to put in big pots. And I'm going to move them closer to the house because they're supposed to be good for helping to keep away mosquitoes and everything else. And then this big thing right here, this big stand, has a hanging chair on it. So we have to figure out where I want my hanging chair at because this is going to be my new sanctuary area. So, I got my greenhouse. I'll be surrounded by all my plants. I can sit out and see what's going on and enjoy the world. And then if my husband is cooking up here in his little barbecue area, because he got his smokers. Let me see something. Let me walk up here. So yeah, so that's a fire pit that he could use to start wood. Then he has a smoker. He has his Blackstone no, that's just a burner. Then he has a Blackstone. Then he has that one right there is another smoker under the gray one. And then on the black one is actually a pig roaster. So, but yeah, let me get on back in the house. It ain't raining a lot, but it's enough. And walking toward, you can see I got my two, I think they're called IBCs, but this is what we store our water in. So when it gets hot and everybody's like, well, how are you going to water your garden? I have two of these, and I actually have one on the other side of my yard in my other garden part. So I think they're all full. No, this one right here isn't full, but these two are full. So I'll have enough water. Plus, I walked right past it. I have this rain barrel, and we can move water from one spot to another spot to get it full. And that barrel is actually operated by solar power. And what I mean by that is that it's a spout in it, and of course the sun charges it, and then it has a timer where it would actually water certain things in the garden. So just want to give you a little overview of what's going on. It's been a process, but I'm happy. I can't ask for too much more. Y'all see them pretty clouds up there? This is what's going on right now. And it's been this way for a couple of days. The sun will come out, and then it'll get cloudy again. But you gotta love summer storms. But that's all. Peace.